There's a version of your life that exists just beyond the edge of your comfort zone. You've felt it before, that quiet pull towards something bigger, something more true to who you actually are. And yet, here you are, still waiting, still preparing, still telling yourself that the right moment is just around the corner. What if the moment never comes? What if waiting is the trap? Right now, somewhere in the world, someone with half your talent and twice your fear decided to start anyway. They didn't have more time than you. They didn't have more confidence, more money, or a better plan. They just stopped asking for permission and started moving. And every single day that passed, the gap between them and where they used to be grew wider, not because of one massive leap, but because of relentless, unglamorous consistency. That's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. Success isn't a lightning bolt. It's a slow, quiet accumulation of moments that most people throw away without thinking. Think about your mornings. Not the mornings you wish you had. The actual mornings, the ones where you silence the alarm, reach for your phone before your feet hit the floor, and spend the first 40 minutes of your day consuming someone else's life. Someone else's highlights, someone else's edited, filtered, carefully curated version of reality. And then you wonder why you feel behind. You wonder why your life feels thin compared to theirs. You're not behind. You're just distracted. Here's something that will sit with you long after this video ends. Comparison is not a compass. It will never point you toward your own north. The people you compare yourself to are living inside completely different stories, different chapters, different variables, different decades of invisible work you never witnessed. Every time you measure your beginning against someone else's middle, you are making a judgment with incomplete information. And you are losing. Stop. Just stop. Your story is the only one that matters right now. And the most powerful thing you can do in this moment is commit, fully, without reservation, to writing the next chapter instead of reading someone else's. Now let's talk about fear, because this is where most people's dreams quietly die, not in dramatic failure, not in public humiliation, in private avoidance, in the slow accumulation of days where you chose comfort over possibility. Fear doesn't come for you with a loud voice. It comes as procrastination, as perfectionism, as the need to research one more thing, take one more course, wait until conditions are slightly more ideal. Fear is patient. It will wait your whole life if you let it. But here's what nobody told you about fear. It is not the signal to stop. It is the signal that something matters. The nervousness you feel before a difficult conversation, before launching something you built, before stepping into a room where you don't yet belong, that feeling is not your enemy. It is proof that you are alive and that you are growing. The people who seem fearless are not lacking fear. They have simply learned to move with it rather than wait for it to leave. Fear leaves when you act, not before. And action, real, imperfect, stumbling action, is what builds the confidence that everyone around you seems to already have. This is the secret most people discover too late. Confidence is not something you develop in theory. You don't think your way into believing in yourself. You build it brick by brick, through small commitments kept, through promises made to yourself that you actually honor, through the experience of doing hard things and surviving them, and then doing harder things and surviving those too. Every morning you wake up before you want to. Every conversation you have that makes you uncomfortable. Every project you push through when the excitement has faded. These are not just actions, they are evidence. Evidence that you are becoming someone who follows through. Someone who can be trusted with bigger things. Someone whose word, especially to themselves, actually means something. That person doesn't emerge from a single decision. They are carved slowly from hundreds of ordinary ones. Discipline is the word that separates the life you want from the life you currently have. Not talent, not luck, not the right network or the right timing. Discipline, the ability to act in alignment with what you want most, even when everything inside you is pulling toward what feels good right now. This is hard. It is supposed to be hard. If it were easy, everyone would already be living the life they claim to want. They're not, which means the path is actually less crowded than it looks from where you're standing. Here is the radical possibility no one gives you permission to believe. You're not too late. You're not too damaged. You're not too far behind. The things that have broken you, the failures, the betrayals, the years you feel like you wasted, they are not liabilities. They are the specific education you received for the exact journey you're about to take. Every wound carries information. Every setback contains a lesson that cannot be learned any other way. The question is not what happened to you. The question is what you are willing to do with what you now know. Your story does not have to follow the arc you've been handed, but rewriting it requires something most people resist with everything they have: complete ownership. Not ownership of your successes. That part is easy. Ownership of every excuse you've made. Every time you blamed the economy, the timing, the people who didn't support you. Every story you told about why this isn't your fault. Because as long as the problem lives outside you, so does the solution. And that is a prison with no walls. The moment you decide that you, and only you, are responsible for where your life goes from here, everything changes. Not because the world becomes easier, because you stop waiting for it to. Nobody is coming to rescue you from an ordinary life. There is no turning point that arrives on its own. The plot twist you've been waiting for. That is you, deciding differently, starting today. The mentor who changes everything, the opportunity that shifts the trajectory. Those things appear when you are already in motion, not when you are standing still waiting to be discovered. Get in motion. The hours you have between now and the end of this day are not guaranteed. They are given. And what you build inside of them, the calls you make, the work you sit down with, the hard things you choose not to postpone, these are the raw materials of a life that actually looks like who you are on the inside. Most people spend decades living on the outside of themselves, performing a version of their life that was designed by other people's expectations. You know exactly what that costs. Stop paying it. You have something rare and fleeting and irreplaceable, a moment of clarity. Right now, in this moment, you can see what's possible. You can feel the distance between where you are and where you know you could be. That feeling is not there to torment you. It is there to direct you. Most people feel it, get overwhelmed by the gap, and walk back to their comfort zone before they even take a step. But you don't have to do that. The gap is not a verdict on your worth. It is simply the map of the work ahead. And the work ahead, even when it's slow, even when it's invisible, even when it produces nothing you can show anyone, is not wasted. Effort compounds, consistency compounds. The skill you build in private becomes the advantage that looks like luck in public. Every day you show up, you are making a deposit into something that will one day pay out in ways you cannot yet imagine. You will not see it for a while. That's the deal. That's the part most people can't accept, and it is the exact reason most people never build anything worth having. But you're still here, which means some part of you already understands this. So here's what I want you to do the moment this ends. Not tomorrow, not after you've thought about it more. Now, identify the one thing you have been circling for weeks, months, maybe years. The thing you think about before you fall asleep. The thing you've convinced yourself requires more preparation, more courage, more of something you don't yet have. And take the smallest possible step toward it today. Not the perfect step, not the complete plan, just one honest, imperfect, real step. Because the life you are capable of living is not waiting for you to be ready. It is waiting for you to begin. And the distance between the person you are today and the person you are becoming is not measured in years or resources or talent. It is measured in the decision you make in the next 10 minutes. The video is over. Go build something.